Hi guys, my name is Katie Thames, and this is my video cast assignment for my Emergent Media class. Today I'm going to be talking to you about how Emergent Media has changed the equestrian community, but before I do, I just wanted to preface and say that I have been sick all week with a sinus infection, so I might be coughing some and my voice is a little hoarse, so just bear with me. And speaking of horses, let's jump right into our topic. Okay, so I wanted to start with how Emergent Media has allowed a lot more scandals to come to light, and this is definitely a useful side of Emergent Media. So specifically, I'm going to talk about George Morris. George Morris is an Olympic medalist and American horse trainer. He is known as one of the founding fathers of hunt seat and equitation, which is a large portion of what you see modern riding is today. Traditionally, he is known as a stricter and harsher trainer, especially to the riders. He has said some comments that are controversial, and throughout the years, people have been connecting and talking about their experiences with him, and originally it was found as funny, even if some of the things that he said were not appropriate, and many of them were made into memes as shown here. So these memes were shared all over the internet, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and everyone was starting to realize that he had some questionable training methods and some of the things that he said were not ethical. So this caught the eye of Safe Sport, which is an organization that puts in rules and regulations for trainer to minor communication. So if you're texting them, you have to have a parent or someone over 18 in that group chat just to supervise and make sure everything that's going on is ethical. So Safe Sport launched an investigation and they found George Morris to be guilty of sexual misconduct with a minor, and he is officially banned from the equestrian sport. Media has also changed how horse sales occur. There are tons and tons of Facebook groups that are labeled horses for sale in, and then insert wherever you live or whatever you can think of, there's going to be a group for that. That is personally where I found my horse, and years ago you would have to physically go into like a horse show and to see the horses that are for sale, or it'd be more of like word of mouth. Also, there's a ton of advertisements for horses for sale on Instagram and on Twitter, and people tweet to all of their following and say like, hey, I have this horse for sale if anyone's interested, I'm selling it for a friend, and a lot of people get in contact that way. So personally, one of the ways that I think Emergent Media has helped the equestrian community evolve for the better is through connecting riders and horse lovers. So I see all the time people posting and saying, hey, I'm coming up from Florida, this is my route, I'm going to Pennsylvania, does anyone need any horses picked up from auction, or does anyone want a sale horse? Like, I have an extra stall available in my trailer. So this is really super important, especially during any weather-related incidents such as floods and hurricanes. There's always people posting and saying, you know what, I'm off work for these days, I know that there's a flood going on, does anyone need a trailer? I can come down to wherever this is happening and I can trailer your horse to safety. Or people who are a little bit out of the way will say, hey, I have this stall open in this barn, or we have several stalls open or fields, and we're not in the line of the disaster that's going to happen, and you're welcome to bring your horses here. So this definitely has saved lots and lots of horses and lots of people in these times of trouble. Safety-related changes have also occurred in bringing abuse to light. A lot of people film like during shows, or people are always on their phones. So there's lots of videos now and of horses and people riding, and they see some things happening that are unethical and that shouldn't happen. But this is good because we can bring this evidence to the authorities and they can help rescue these horses who are in danger. So as I mentioned earlier, I bought my horse through Facebook. I found him in one of the Facebook groups that I'm in, and it was Horses for Sale in PA. So this is just one of the many Facebook groups that I'm on, and there are thousands when you search on Facebook. There's, for example, Horse Vet Corner, which is a place where you can post your concerns and pictures of your horse, and only vets are allowed to answer and give you advice. There are equine color genetic groups where you can post like different colors of horses and breeds, and you can get like specific answers to their genetics, as well as junior rider news and connect groups. For example, a connect group for older adults who are beginner riders, and they can just connect with new people and also get support. There's also videos all over YouTube related to horses, which is a newer occurrence as well. People post training videos of their rides, updates, as well as tips and tricks. Personally, I love the SmartPack account, and they post funny videos as well as reviews for different products they have, and they have Ask the Vet, and they answer some concerns from people who buy from SmartPack, which is great. And there are specifically different apps. So there's the Big Eck app that I mentioned earlier, as well as Equilab and horse riding, which connects to your Apple Watch. So I'm going to show you a little bit into those apps right now. This is what it looks like when you open the Big Egg app. So you just scroll down, and if you're looking for something specifically, you can search it. But if not, there's tons of horses on here for sale, and it gives you all of the information as well as pictures and videos. This is the Equilab app that allows you to track your rides all over the United States. It also alerts your friends if you've had a fall during your ride. You can track your walk, trot, and cantering, how long you were going for, and it also has a calendar for different events that you have, such as vet appointments or horse shows. You can add horses, the type of training that you were doing, as well as scoring your ride for how well you were riding or how well your horse is doing. This is the horse riding app that connects to your Apple Watch. So this is one of the rides that I've had. It tracks you on the map. It as well shows you your high speeds, your splits for your miles, and you can add photos. See, this is my heart rate. There's a picture of my horse, and your calories that you burned, as well as your gaits, how long you were in each gait for, your distance, and the percentages. Another great new technology with Emergent Media is the start of everyone putting video cameras in their stalls. So I personally know people who have an app, so you put a surveillance camera in the stall, and then the feed goes to your phone, so you can check on your horse like when you're at work or at school or doing something. And this is also super important for when you ship your horse or you trailer your horse somewhere a long distance. They might be in this huge semi truck and in a box stall, and you want to check on them. You can just pull up your app and see how they're doing, and they might be like miles and miles away, but you know that they're doing okay. Again, there are tons and tons of forums online, so not just specifically in apps, but also there has been a huge change of people posting. So there's horse forums online related to like different problems, discussing tack and rider or horse health concerns, as well as offering advice. So Emergent Media has also changed the online support for equestrians. So I'm talking specifically on the internet. There are tons of horse forums that you can post in, and you can get advice if you want to talk about tack, or you want to talk about any like saddle fit issues or any issues you're having with horse or rider health concerns, as well as getting advice. In addition, our phones have changed the way that we view our rides. So not only do we have all of these wonderful apps that we can track down to the second how long we were walking, trotting, or cantering, but we can also video our rides and break it down in slow-mo. So viewing our rides in slow-mo can help identify any issues that your horse is having, or you can analyze further what you're doing as a rider and help benefit you and your horse. So that is it for my video cast on how Emergent Media has changed the equestrian community. Thank you for watching, and I hope you guys all have a great day.